Hi, I'm Grant Murphy with the St. Louis local band Man Eating Tiger.
How's it going? I'm Jason Simpson. I play drums.
Hey there, I'm Ryan Metz. I play guitar.
I'm Rob Martinez and I sing.
I'm Jason Emmerich. I play guitar.
I'm Owen Simpson. I play the bass guitar.
Awesome. Well, guys, thanks for being here. I appreciate it a whole lot. So, let's start off with the name Man Eating Tiger. How did that come about? How did that come up?
Well,
We got the story there.
basically, Jason and I started writing music initially, and we had a bunch of songs. We didn't have any name or anything. I work at a book warehouse, and I had a box of books that were called Man Eating Tigers of the Sunderbands. And it was a real pain in the ass working with, like, it was, the books were fucked, and I had a bad day with them, so came back to practice one day and just said, how about Man Eating Tiger? And it just kind of worked.
Simple as that. That's
Yeah.
awesome. That's a great name.
You definitely wanted to go with the idea of a man eating a tiger, though, rather than
Right, it was
an actual
not
man
hyphenated,
eating
yeah.
tiger. So
Now, have you guys stuck with that with the logo or your symbol for the band? Have you stuck with the Man Eating the Tiger, or have you gone with something a
I
little
think
bit
we
different?
started out with that. We got some artwork, and that was kind of where we're going. But we don't want it to be a parody. We want to kind of have a little bit of seriousness behind us. And now we're just kind of sticking with the, I guess, the sound that you would think of when you
Okay.
hear that band versus going with a literal meaning of it or anything like that.
Sure. Now, being in St. Louis, the number one question that most people ask when you're from St. Louis, what high school did you go to? Starting with,
Me and Ryan went to St. Mary's together.
okay,
I went to Portsmouth South on St. Peter's.
right on, okay.
I guess I'm the only country boy. I didn't grow up in St. Louis, so I was down south. I went all kinds of places. So, meth capital, DeSoto, Missouri, kind of is where I guess I started out. I mean, that's a good place.
Yeah, that's not high school.
So then how did you guys meet? You guys came about from different high schools. How did you all meet?
Internet dating.
Dated?
Yeah. I was looking for a four-guy action, and they all responded.
Right.
Serendipitous.
We've all been in bands over the years, and I mean, we've all been, playing music ever since we were young teenagers, and always had a passion for it. So, that's the thing about St. Louis. It's kind of a close-knit, like, society of musicians. People have bands, they break up, they become friends with other people, and they form other bands. So there's always a spawn of some sort, and I guess this is just the latest deal.
it's almost like the whole scene here is musicians. There's more of a scene based upon musicians than, well, for the kind of music we're playing anyway.
Yeah, everyone plays the
Jason and I are brothers.
Right.
And, like I said, I went to high school with Mets, and, Jason has worked with Rob and other Jason. At
Yeah, the three of
Creepy
us were
Crawl,
all in
like, you
bands.
guys have all done bands together and stuff.
Yeah, like playing with each
Back
other.
when Creepy Crawl was around, we were all doing shows either in bands, different bands, same show, or Rob came in a little bit later, and I started taking interest in his talent.
And
So-
Jason and I, back in the day, we had a band, and we actually he was in a different band than I was, and we actually shared a van and did a small mini tour together. So that's kind of how we come to know each other over the years.
Okay, cool. That's awesome. Well, let's talk about the latest album you guys released, Mitosis. What was the inspiration, or what was the energy behind that?
See, the songs came first, and the name kind of came later after we had everything written, all the lyrics were put together. Virtually everything was together at that point. We were just kind of trying to figure out what we wanted to call the band, or rather the album. And one of the themes that's kind of common through all of us is that we've kind of, this is one of those things where we were putting together a big project, and we were giving a lot of time, a lot of effort towards this, kind of staying away from either families, loved ones, that kind of thing. And there's other things we could be doing rather than spending an entire evening kind of in a dirty basement together trying to, write songs. Sorry. It's not that dirty, actually. I'm in a dirty basement, so that's fine. But so one of the things is, we wanted to focus on was that, it's that sacrifice that comes together to make a new whole. And so mitosis is something, it's the process of growing and becoming new. And so that's, that's at least the underlying principle of it all. It kind of sprouted from that.
Yet the songs have nothing to do with science. What this album has nothing to do. I don't know. It just worked. It worked for us.
Yeah.
We all.
A lot of the songs have to do with like breakups and stuff like that. So like cell division is mitosis is like one thing becoming two or more. Splitting up. So it's got a kind of like a theme of
it's a stripping down and building back up, and it has that theme of it, of everything. So it's definitely a regrowth for us as a band, and it's a new chapter. So we're just looking forward to the next thing. It's keep moving forward.
Awesome. Well, how does the songwriting process work? You guys sit down together, just kind of hash some stuff out, play a riff, or is that more when you guys have time, if you're at home, or just about to go to bed or anything like that? How does that work out?
I think usually it starts with a riff, and then we'll build around it. It's kind of how it's how it works. We'll start with a riff, or maybe two in a row, and then we'll all just collaborate and kind of structure the song, and it comes out great.
Yeah, it's a little bit of both. Sometimes we come up with it on the spot together, and then other times somebody will bring in one or two riffs, and then we'll figure out what we like about it, what we don't, trim around it, work on the next thing, and then figure out what part's going to be the chorus, what's going to be the hook, stuff like that. So
Sure. Now you guys are going to play a couple songs after this interview. Is there an inspiration behind that, or is there a message behind any of those songs that you wrote, so maybe the viewers can get an idea of what you're singing about, what you're writing about, and what you're going through?
What are we playing? View of the Aftermath and I guess First Degree of Separation. Like we talked about, View of the Aftermath for me was the lyrics are mostly just about kind of a mental breakdown of things you can control in your life, and I think we all deal with issues, and I try to write broad, but I also write from my personal experiences, so that I think it's something everyone can relate to. We all go through trials and tribulations, and coming out of it, kind of a new creature of some sort from dealing with those situations. So like View of the Aftermath is just kind of taking a look out of what has been destroyed and torn down in your life and really moving forward. Sure. So it's not giving up on anything, but it's like just understanding that sometimes there's going to be failure, and sometimes there's going to be things that just aren't going to work out, and you just got to keep pressing on.
That's great. You can work that into a song too. I mean, there's a lot more meaning.
Yeah, I mean, usually I write better out of devastation than I do out of happiness. It's just not my forte. I don't really write a happy song or happy-go-lucky, but so it's good to have those breakups and things happen in your life. You don't ever want to be like revengeful or anything like that, but you definitely want to get it out of your system and purge yourself of those, anger and those evil thoughts, I guess.
Talk about Chicago. You guys have a show coming up in Chicago as well, right?
Yep.
What else is going on coming up here soon that you're pretty stoked about?
On the 20th, we're playing the Battle for Point Fest at Pops. I believe there's 5 other bands on that one. 2 or 3 of them are going to get a slot on the side stage at Point Fest. I think it's 3, yeah. So we have that. Unfortunately, if we do win that, the slot or the chance for us to play the main stage would be May 4th, and that's the time that we're in Chicago. So
The Subterranean, is that where we're playing?
yeah, Subterranean. Chicago.
So if you're in Chicago, come check it out. It's going to be a good show.
Now I heard you guys got a slot for Deftones as well, or trying to get that slot.
We're trying.
You're
Yeah.
trying.
Voting
an
starts.
online competition for
Yeah,
that.
Okay.
voting for that starts on the Points website on the 13th.
Goes to the 21st. I think it's only a week.
It's just a week,
So,
yeah. So
vote.
people can go and vote once a day for the week, and you know, I would love to play that show.
Yeah, I would love for you to play. So ultimately, are you trying to build up to like Deftones success or any of your favorite band success? Is that what we're trying to do here? What's the main objective?
I mean, take it
I'm
as
going
it
for
comes, I
Beatles
guess.
myself.
That's good. That's good.
I
You
think
guys
we'd
have
all
talent.
just like to do this for a career. I mean, it's one of those things. Yeah, you when you're playing as a kid, you're thinking about, oh yeah, I'd love to be a rock star or whatever it may be, you know. But I don't think it's all about the fame and fortune as much as it is being able to just write songs for a living and inspire people, and hopefully have that same kind of influence on younger people. It happens easier than you might think, but you know.
Yeah, my objective is just self-sustainability. If I could continue to play music, whether on the side or if it becomes the first job, it'd be nice to not have to pay so much money to do it
Right.
and actually have.
It's a very expensive hobby, for sure.
Yeah, it
So,
definitely is.
I mean,
It's
that's,
like golf.
it's unfortunately, in the Midwest,
Sounds
I
better
think most
than golf.
bands are spending more than they're making, and it'd be nice to flip that.
Yeah, yeah. Well, are you guys promoting yourself at all to kind of get to that point? I mean, how's that working? You doing social media at all? You doing radio shows?
We got this interview tonight, I think, sometime soon.
We better get to that.
Anything we can get,
Yeah.
you know, anything that comes our way.
Yeah.
What are the sites that we got?
We aren't picky, so,
Mhm.
yeah, I mean, social media, we're all over that.
Yeah.
Maybe to an annoying level, it's, you know, sometimes, but,
We
What do
have Facebook, we have Twitter, Instagram, Reverb Nation, what else? Bandcamp,
MySpace.
number one
MySpace.
music.com.
MySpace.
Yeah, we're all-
We got a
Yeah,
MySpace. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
People still have MySpace. They just haven't checked it in about 7 years.
Yeah, right.
I can't tell you what's on
I
there.
have long hair in my MySpace picture,
Right.
so
Still got pimples and all that
Instagram.
stuff.
Did you already say that? We got that too.
Yeah,
So,
Yeah,
I mean, yeah,
Instagram.
we like to, put pictures up, follow that. We'll get a Pinterest sometimes.
There you go. There you
No,
go.
I think our main priority though really is, we're just trying to get regional shows. You know,
Sure.
we got that one Chicago show. It's looking like we might be able to get something in Columbia pretty soon. And if a state borders us, we need to be moving in that direction. I think
Yeah.
that's our main priority at this point.
Yeah.
We've kind of done all we can here locally. I don't think that, we're not very genre specific, so it's hard to get shows that there's a lot of bands like us in town, because there really aren't. McCree was one, and unfortunately they broke up. So we need to branch out. That's what we need to do.
Awesome. Any last words of wisdom, advice?
Drink Stag.
Stay in school.